Alright, I'm back again. I'm going to work on the ignition. I actually start it and use the gas pedal to work the throttle. I'm also going to check the gears, if I can get the ignition to shut off so I have control over everything. The gear and the throttle isn't enough for me, especially if the gear is going to slip off. Oh, and another side note, if you guys have watched, and I was talking about the bushing and the transmission, if that did make it into the last one, look what I found right here on the old transmission. It's brittle as a rock, so we'll see. Looks like somebody had some leaking issues. If it leaks, just silicone it. Anyways, I'm gonna try and pry that out. I'm gonna do the ignition, and we'll see where we go. Last time we did better than what I expected, so here's to hoping. Maybe we can see it drive today. That hood latches. Well, I've got everything drug out that I brought, so it's close at hand. Let's see if we can make this good. Well, I've been here 5 minutes and I already got the crank with the key. That's not ignition, but that's a big win. All I did was hooked up this wire and this wire, and they were already kind of connected together. That's it. That energized the cranking circuit anyways. These were already put on. These were already on from whenever I replaced that. So yeah, this is somebody's been in here, done some really good work. Yeah, that's good. Not a problem. Unfused positive. That should be just fine. So this is the old wiring to the ignition. This is here's the horseshoe style, what's left of the horseshoe style clip. I'm not going to use any of that. It's got a Patronics inside of the distributor, and so I don't need any of this clunky stuff. I don't even need that box. I don't claim to be an expert on these trucks, and I don't know where the ignition wire is supposed to come from, but I believe this one will work. It's showing 12 volts at with the key on, 0 with it off, and it seems like it's 10 volts while it's cranking, but that's just because the battery's taking a hit while it's cranking. 0 volts, key off, cranking. I call that a win. Time to hook it up, see if it all works. Alright, for testing purposes, we're just gonna jam that there in the plug. Okay, that's good enough. Hook up the gas line and see what we got. Splashed a little gas in there. We jammed that in the gas bucket. That's still hooked up. Nothing's in immediate danger of getting destroyed by the fan. Lies, that was. Okay. As you can see, we were very careful with the pouring of the gas. Okay, I think it'll be good. Toolbox might fall off, but it's latched. It'll be just a real quick fire up, and then I'll clean everything up. She's revving kind of high. Kind of wants to run away from itself, with itself. This is the spring they had on this thing. This is a little overkill, but I am going to see if I can make this work. We've managed to make the safety spring a little less safe. I'll be damned. Fail. We got nothing but wind happening today. This is professional grade. Throttle broke again. Okay, so no more heavy spring. That was a spring off of the kick down cable, which we don't have, or kick down rod. So it'll just sit there and flop. But this one's too tiny, but now it's the throttle blade itself. It still don't want to return real well. See what we got. This carburetor is going to give me fits, I can tell already. This thing is gonna die. Whoever said you couldn't have the nicer things in life? It's so luxurious. Throttle's a tad bit touchy, and I have no brakes, so I've got to take it real easy. It wants to stick, and it wants to stick enough to bump me into tire stacks and stuff. Brake lights work, they don't want to stay off, but when you pull up the pedal, they go off. So both headlights work. I don't think blinkers work. I'm not real worried about it, but I'm kind of stoked that it does have some things that function on it. This whole column's got something wrong with it. Luckily, I think my dad's got another one. Might be able to scavenge the parts off of for it, but if worst comes to worst, I'll figure out how to rebuild it. Looks like a bushing, maybe a missing bushing bearing. You ever have that feeling that everything you thought you did and all the wins you thought you had become non-wins? Yeah, it slipped off. Sometimes you gotta fix a problem twice. I put a homemade clip onto the transmission linkage. I made it out of the end of that positive wire that I took off last time, and this keeps the brake lights off. That's the rest of the transmission line that I used for the throttle. So we're making things happen. They're not pretty, they're not forever, but they'll make my life easier. Nice and slow. I don't know how people do it with no brakes. It scares me to death. Feel like a grandpa, but this thing, once it takes off, it rolls pretty good. I'm 2-footing it, but not in the way you think. One underneath the gas pedal and one on top. We'll try to back it on in, give it a new perspective that it's had for a few years. That thing's gonna need adjusted though, because it's this thing does have power steering. I need to hook it up. Okay, park is like jam it up there, so I'll have to adjust that. I think I have to adjust it up even more. It's kind of what it felt like down there anyways. Still in the weeds, but I want to take up the whole driveway with it. We're about the same place we were, except turned around. I'm gonna say water pump. I think it only does it when I shut it off. Oh no, we got some right here. Bottom of the radiator. Oh, sorry. Bottom of the radiator. This is a small one. As far as I can tell, it's not coming from there or there. Huh. Needs a lot of work, but slowly but surely make it drivable. Brakes. I need brakes. I don't want to do brakes. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I like the comments. Any comments you can give me, questions, I'll try to answer them best I can. Thanks again, guys. Bye.